Greetings, Horizon family. Today we continue our series on Lenten reflections. Throughout these devotionals, we have heard Jesus speak to a multitude of seminal issues that we have all dealt with from time immemorial. One of those issues is taxes, and crazy enough, Jesus even spoke to those. Growing up in a family in the 80s, a time when again in American culture we saw a backlash to progressive era policies in the form of the resurgence of free market principles, my family became very involved in the challenge to modern day tax codes. From questioning the legitimacy of the 16th Amendment and looking for ways to declare ourselves tax exempt, to shoring up money away in foreign accounts and outright tax avoidance. Many hours of study, effort, and worry, and in the end, the government still received her due. For as is stated, the two sure things in life are death and taxes. Which brings us to Jesus. In Luke 20, verses 20 to 26, we see two factions, the Pharisees and the Herodians, attempting to entrap Jesus on this very issue in the following manner. Keeping a close watch on him, they sent spies who pretended to be sincere. They hoped to catch Jesus in something he said, so they might hand him over to the power and authority of the governor. So the spies questioned him. "Teacher, we know that you speak and teach what is right, and that you do not show partiality, but teach the way of God in accordance with truth. Is it right for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" He saw through their duplicity and said to them, "Show me a denarius. Whose image and inscription are on it?" "Caesar's," they replied. So he said to them, "Then give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." They were unable to trap him in what he had said there in public, and astonished by his answer, they became silent. In their line of questions, we can see arguments that are alive and well today. Ideas like, how can we pay taxes knowing full well that they will be used to further the evil and the persecution by the Romans? Or the Herodians saying, isn't it right that we should honor the authorities that are in place by the hand of God and give them their due? And then there's Jesus' answer, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's. Now at face value, we can hear those words and state that the money was coined by Rome and therefore belonged to her. Or we can take it a step further and quote Psalm 24:1 and state that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Which would be correct? The thing that resonates with me, however, is the simple act of asking them to pull out a coin out of their pocket and study it. A thing so small, and yet we allow it to rule our lives. We busy ourselves with how to amass and keep it, at times making it the seminal thing in our lives. This small thing that may or may not be Caesar's pales in comparison with the kingdom of God. So, as we join Jesus in this Lenten period, let us all look to the greater thing, the kingdom of heaven. Grace and peace, Horizon.